So going on to the procedure, I really didn't take any pictures for many of the beginning steps when I first started, but instead I ended up going back to the link that was sent through the pre-approved Pi projects, and this was the link, by the way. So we start off here. First, I installed the Python 3.7 version. This area, the 32-bit ARM v6, ARM v7, that didn't apply to us, so I went to the next one because it says go to all other architectures. And I put these codes in sudo apt update, sudo apt no installment records. You get the deal. And that installed the Python 3.7. I then went to install a Python package manager with this next code. I then ran reading through this paragraph. There's an error that you sometimes get. Sometimes like it says something about the externally the file the file shipping is externally managed and it blocks the download. So I ended up bypassing this block by putting this over here, putting this code in, and that got me to bypass through and let me download the Motion Eye, which I did with this next step with this next code. Once I did that, I found that the Pi or the Motion Eye service runs through this 87, or you have to type in the IP of the Pi. So for this number right here, then you're going to type in semicolon 8764 or 8765. I can't read. And that led me to be able to access the Motion Eye, which this is a zoomed in for the URL for this picture right here, accessing the Motion Eye. So this is the IP of the Pi colon 8765, which is the numbers that are used to access this right here. Um, so after I did that, it's not up here, but I plugged in the camera to the Pi, and selected I selected the camera input into the Motion Eye website. And this led me to this screen where I could adjust a lot of the settings. I mean, a lot of the settings were kind of like anything I wanted to adjust, like size of the camera. You can see some things, contrast, brightness. But the main one that I focused on was the frame rate, which is over here, because the frame rate was actually really low um, with the original setting. But turning it up made the videos come out much more clear. But then the other main one, which is the more important one, is this file storage tab, which as we zoom in more, we get to see some of what we did right here. For the root directory, I just changed it to the var library Motion Eye Camera 2, so I can know where it's saving to in my Pi and in the file system. Um, so that was a custom path. And then I wanted to show this FTP server because this is actually one of our problems that we had to troubleshoot. Um, because this was the wrong the FTP wasn't going to work, and we used Google Drive instead. And once I changed that, I also had to change the type of file the videos were to an MP4, which is another problem we ran into. But I'll get more into that later. Um, After we did that and we got it to save to the spot in the directory, I went to the terminal and typed in rclone config, and that led me to be able to access the Google Drive on my Pi and download it, and let me be able to log into it, which you can see with these steps here. I mean, you can't see all of it, but with these steps, I was able to set up and access it on the web. After that, I also didn't have pictures for this end part, but we ended up finding a file updating script, which let me transfer the files from my directory into the cloud, which was also one thing that we struggled with. But once we were able to figure that out, we got we got it. We got the files to be able to transfer in like a timely manner. So like as the videos were being recorded, they could be transferred to the cloud.